So here's a quick overview of the latest project that I'm working on. It's funny, they say one man's trash or one man's garbage is another's treasure. That phrase kind of literal here, as the base of my robot here is a trash can. Some people look at this and say, man, it's a trash can. I say, it's definitely not. It's definitely a robot. Or will be, right? So it's very basic right now. Still working on quite a few of the mechanical features and the electronic features, but wanted to give a quick overview. The outside here, I've got these 12-inch mag wheels that are pretty cool. Super sturdy, durable. Got this nice easy tread on it. The outside here, the bore actually comes through. Comes all the way through the mag. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this in with Bondo, shave this little nub down real nice so you got a nice smooth edge. On the inside, I've got this little hub that was just drilled into one side of the mag wheel. One side of the mag wheel was nice and flat, flush, made sense to mount the hub on that side. And like I said, we'll fill on the other side. So same thing, obviously on the opposite side. This is a half-inch bore, and the hubs are obviously half-inch, and it's got a little eighth-inch keyway, which is what keeps those hubs mounted on the axle. So I'll take you to the inside of the trash can, inside of the bot. Try and cut down on the shadow here. Got a light above me, but as you can see, if you can see inside here, what we've got is two big bearing blocks on each side. Houses the axle. Let me just pull this power cable out of here. Got your bearing blocks on each side. Half-inch axle. It's got the keyway in there, like I mentioned. Number 22 chain coming back to the motor. Each motor, try and get a view on this. Sorry for the shadow. It's got the number 22 sprocket on the end of each motor. And that's about it. So the wiring runs in here. Got the power cables here. And that's really it for the motor setup. It's really basic. So you've got differential control, so you can get your really precise turning. To the outside on the back, I've got a little caster, a little piece of steel metal with the caster on the back so it can float around. And what I'm going to do, for aesthetics, what I'm going to do is try and get a piece of plastic or a half of a bowl or something and cut it, kind of fit it on there so you've got this little dome cover, and then putty it in, sand it down, and the whole can itself will be painted. So as for the top, what I've done is I have the trash can top, and this normally swivels. You got the little dome, stick your hand in and throw the trash out. I've glued the swivel assembly together and then filled it in with Bondo, sanded it down real nice and fine. This actually probably needs one more coat of sanding, then it'll be ready to be painted. So that'll fit on the top real nice. It'll just be a nice clean dome surface. So then let me take you over to what I have for the electronics so far. Got this second wooden platter that I've cut out, a little gap over here for the motor wires to come up to all the electronics. Have the motor controller, two encoder divider boards. Each of those motors in there have encoders on them. So the dividers, if you haven't worked with encoders or encoder divider boards, this is just going to cut down on the number of cycles, the number of, the resolution that the encoders are shooting out. Since they're moving so fast, you got to have something to cut that down so the microcontroller can keep up with it. And then temporarily, I just have a solderless breadboard actually bolted down here through to the other side, so I can temporarily work with it, get it prototyped all up, and get everything operational. And then I'll probably convert it over to to actual PCB. Let's see here. We've got just power ground signal coming into the microcontroller. Try and get in a little closer here. Microcontroller. There are our programming port, crystal, power supply portion, and then over on the voltage, or I'm sorry, the encoder divider boards. They're really basic. Give them power. You've got a ground wire here, and you've got a signal port. And on the other side of the signal port, there's also another ground, but then you can also get direction. So the encoder divider boards will give you what direction your motor is going, which you can achieve. You can get that information other various ways. You get the direction, and you can get the signal, or how many revolutions have the motors gone, so you can match them. Make sure each wheel is moving in unison, moving at the same kind of revolutions per minute or revolutions per second. So that's about it. That's what I've got so far. Got a couple of batteries. This guy, the entire system should run off of one or two of these lead acid batteries. These are 12 volt 9 amp. So that's what I got so far. Give an update later. Stay warm.